Yo, it's your boys. We back. HeartBreak City podcast. It's your boy B Smith, aka the curator. What's up, fellas?
Yeah, man. Let's be squared.
What's going on? This is your boy Carl Winslow.
Yo, what up? It's great.
All right, so first up on the agenda today.
This is a new improved show.
Yeah, we got
Under new management.
Under new management.
Now, wait a second here. I put you as vice president. You're just trying to take me out altogether now, I see.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Got a lot more structure to the show.
About to get
It's
impeached.
under new supervised.
Management, it's all the same thing.
Supervise.
It's all the same thing.
I didn't want to put supervised men. I don't think that's a word. Just gonna say.
All right.
All right,
Elijah.
first up on the agenda, U.S. news and politics. All right, so we got Chicago sees its deadliest month, which was August, in 20 years.
All right. That was my scoop on the Chicago deal is the story on that is it follows up with everybody got to was a home in on Nakia Aldridge, and not just because it's Dwayne Wade's cousin, you know what I mean? And it's like more like, and he had an interview on ABC. You can watch it, I think today on Outside the Line, and his interview with the ABC, he was pretty much saying that he wasn't wanting his name, like as in like using his name and just being that's just only my cousin. It was more than that, you know what I mean? It was more like she had 4 kids. The story behind it is she was walking in the park. She was going to register 4 kids in school, and then a stray bullet hit her in her head and killed her instantly. So and that's pretty much is talking about pretty much that right there alone. I think it's because of it's almost like he says publicity, but like you want your family to be able to mourn and be in peace. You know what I mean? You don't want all the limelight on you. But it took this right here to really like show people like the death toll. Like right now, like the numbers I got on that is like the death toll in Chicago right now is like 490 people this year. This year alone, this is the murder rate. In the same weekend that she was killed, 10 people were killed, and also there was that same weekend there was 10 people killed. So I mean, what is your comments on that topic?
He looking at you.
I don't normally do the
It
world
don't matter,
events.
man.
I mean, it's called Chirac for a reason. I mean, it's dangerous out there. These young people are getting worse as we getting older, type stuff. So, I mean, it's gonna be crazy. You got a bunch of people out there trying to make ways of bringing it down and stopping the violence and stuff, but it's still gonna be those people out there.
Yeah.
And I said all we can do is like sit back and wait, unless you gonna go out there, and then I don't know what you gonna do.
Well,
You gonna go out there with your weapons? And
Well,
say,
it goes just like Dwayne's Wade. He said his decision on leaving Miami was bigger than basketball. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't just because he had been on that team for all these years. He felt like that, he was bigger than that. Like he was big, like he's big. Not he's bigger than basketball, but as in him going back to Chicago and like try to make certain moves to be able to bring awareness and help, bring his program to Chicago to help out the inner city youth. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, everybody needs to take that in the context that we ourselves have to be the ones who have to be accountable for what we do, and then at the same time be accountable, and then also like help each other. The only way we're gonna get up and get better is if we help each other. You see what I'm saying? So
the fine time to do it is like 32.
yeah. So
33. D Wade, how old is D Wade?
he's like at least like 34, bro.
Yeah,
Like
he's
34.
getting up there.
So what about you, Green?
Oh man, there's nothing. There's really nothing they can do. They're the third biggest city in the United States.
Yep.
So it's like they gotta buckle down like California and New York, man, and just
The gun laws, bro.
yeah.
It's bad to say. I mean, it's sad to
That's all they can do.
yeah, it's sad to say. Like when you have to like when something when your amendment right is the Second Amendment is like being challenged simply because people don't know how to control themselves or know how to, I wouldn't say control themselves. They don't know how to like properly function as like old school. Nobody wants to shoot the fair one no more. It's all about I'm gonna shoot you and whatever later. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody shoots the fair one no more. Everybody's like wants to quick to pull the trigger, and then pretty much I just deal with it when I deal with it. Whatever. And, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West out there. So I mean, that's the only thing I have on that topic. So
Yeah, I got a little something. As I was looking into it, so you said there were 90 murders in August alone.
Yeah.
471 deaths this year,
Yeah.
50% higher than last year.
Yeah.
At the same time frame. There was a priest who called the governor to declare a state of emergency, or try to get him to declare a state of emergency to help bring federal funds into the city. And the police superintendent says the majority of the shootings happen on the south and west sides of the city. So
Yeah.
it's not the whole city of Chicago
No.
that's messed up. It's just those predominant areas, and that 85% of those involved in the shootings choose that lifestyle. So that's the way they choose to live. Like they took those 85% of those people that were involved, and like put them in like categories of people who are likely to be involved or be affected by gun violence.
Yeah.
And that's the lifestyle they're choosing, and it shows that 85% of those people are in those categories.
I think also like that was like one of the things that I was talking about with everybody's talking about. I saw that everybody was giving a pass to Obama, and I think that's like one of the things he should have did. You're from Chicago,
Right?
why in the hell did you not do something for these people? You know what I mean? Like
Why ain't nothing happening now?
like you're not even like you didn't even do anything on either one of the terms. So that's why like I said what I said about it, like you did for everybody else, but like what you should have effect on. Now it's like once you're gone, there's who's gonna do something about it. You know what I mean? So like your impact on that is already resolved. You're at the end of your term, and like you already did what you did. You feel like you pardoned some people to make yourself feel like you're important or something, but you neglected to do what your job originally was as a senator. I mean, as a senator of Chicago. Because that's what you were before. So
Right.
don't forget where you came from. You know what I mean, and where pretty much where what made you. So it's almost like you forgot. You know what I mean, you forgot the forgotten. So I mean, it's almost like I feel like he should have shared some of the responsibilities of it too. Not all the responsibilities, but he had more of an impact than anybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right, so up next we got charges filed against 7 Chicago police officers.
Yeah. Once again, pretty much the gist of this one is the police superintendent, Eddie Johnson. He filed administration charges against charges to fire officers who fatally shot Laquan McDonald. I don't know if y'all knew about the Laquan McDonald case, about when he was pretty much it was like he had no chance. Like it was pretty much like he didn't have any weapons on him or anything. He just pretty much it was like that. He just got shot up, man. It was like this is what went down. And that was 2014. The officer who did the shooting, who did the shooting was Jason Van Dyke. He was the one who shot him, and the other officers were the ones that just standing there or who had something to do with it. This was after 2 weeks. That originally it was 5, but it ended up finding out it was 7 officers that were involved. And the superintendent said they should all been fired. They should have been fired for making false reports.
Mm-hmm.
So they made the bad thing about it was this happened, and then you made a false report to cover it up, and then now you got your hand spoken. You got your hand caught in the cookie jar now. And the department spokesman said one of the officers he resigned, and pretty much he resigned and another one quit on this past Tuesday. and the one who resigned was the one who ended up snitching on the rest of them, and he snitched on all of them and pretty much told them what happened and about the reports that were falsified. And Charles Van Dyke was charged with first degree murder the same day that the dash cam video that showed him shooting McDonald's 16 times.
Sheesh.
So the same day that video, the dash cam, they thought they got rid of the dash cam video, but if anybody doesn't know about the dash cam, it's like you have to have like special admin rights to go in the back of the cop car to get the video to erase it. So it's not like the officers can really go back there and mess with it, tamper with it, or whatever. So should be able to be pulled and used, so they can't just go back and tamper with it. You see what I'm saying? So like obviously somebody's the video that was the more important video didn't get taken care of as they thought they did, and that was the one that you actually seen him shooting him 16 times. You know what I mean? And that was the video that pretty much got him convicted for the first degree murder.
Yeah, but it ain't over.
No, man.
It ain't over. It's still time for them to lift the charges.
Don't these charges are not gonna get lifted, bro.
You never know, man. And it's happened over and over again.
That's similar to the next case we got. So the Marcus Jeter case. All right, so Marcus Jeter was stopped by New Jersey police, and they busted his window, ripped him out his car, and like beat him up. So basically, police brutality. Nothing new. But what happened was he got charged for resisting arrest, assault, some other stuff I can't remember. But what happened was he got stopped by one officer, and then there was a car in front of him, and then another police car came up and hit his car, and you could see all this from the dash cam. So what happened was, as Marcus Jeter is being sentenced or charged, they didn't have the footage from the dash cam of the police car that hit him. So once they got that footage, after they saw it, the police reports that the police officers filed were all fabricated, like they were all lies, and the dash cam shows that. So now the officers that were involved are, I think there's 2 of them being sentenced for 5 years in prison without parole.
Yeah.
So
I read that was the case that was because we were going over all these notes, and that was like the one that me and you were talking about to try to cover, because I seen the interview. I actually seen the interview and see what happened, because they were going to charge him and give him 5 years.
Right.
And then when the dash cam came out, it pretty much flipped on him. It was like and obviously in the dash cam, if you haven't seen the video, you need to see the video. His hands were up like this the whole time. Like he wasn't resisting, he wasn't hitting back, he wasn't doing anything. He just had his hands up the whole time like this, and like they were just doing whatever they want to him.
Yep. They
and
busted out his car window.
Yeah, and they were just doing. They were the ones being the aggressors. So that's what like that was crazy about it, was like there's no you can't lie about it and say he did hit you upside your head or he even touched you. He can if his hands are up. You know what I mean? So I mean that's the only thing you can do. So I mean, in that instance, but he said, and he quote in that video that I was fearful of my life. So
yeah. So 2 officers walked up to him, guns drawn, and then another officer had a shotgun out on him. So
I hope he gets to sue the state, man.
Yeah, he's filed. He's filed for that already.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get every penny, man. These dudes is running wild. And I'm not saying all cops are like that, but it's just the fact that the bad ones need to get weeded out, man. And it needs to happen, man. And like you're gonna serve that same time as Jerome or Ricky or Ray that they serve. And the deal about cops going to jail is different when cops go to jail than when regular people go to jail. You know you're gonna get it. So I mean, it's just to the point where like everybody, the law, nobody's above the law. Regardless, you're supposed to protect and serve and uphold the law, and you're breaking the law more than the people who are supposed to be breaking the law. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like you're more vigilante than people are themselves. You see what I'm saying? All right.
Up next, we got the Facebook killer, is what I call them.
Yeah.
So apparently, this man Anthony McNeil from North Carolina posted on Facebook that he's killed someone.
Fayetteville.
North Carolina.
He's from Fayetteville.
So he posted on Facebook that he killed someone, and apparently it's his child's
AKA
grandfather.
Fort Bragg.
So
If it's Fort Bragg,
Now-
makes
Oh,
sense.
man, people are so stupid, man.
yeah, so he's on the run, and like while the police are searching for him, he keeps posting on Facebook. And one of the posts says, "Not turning myself in. If I can't make it out of North Carolina, I'm going to shoot myself." And then the other post said, "All right, so he's saying goodbye to everybody or whatever." And then he named someone who might have also been killed if they had been there. So he must have planned it out or something. But if the female that he named was there, I think he would have killed her too.
Oh, you talking about his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it said, what did it say?
He said if it wasn't for God, if
If
it
you
would,
believe in God or whoever's up there,
he saved you.
Yeah, they
He
saved
pretty
your
much
life.
he saved your life. I was like, dude, man, you already keep updating Facebook, and
I hope he at least took the GPS off.
you took the location off the
geotag.
phone. No, okay.
the
But yeah,
geotag.
I'm sorry, man. Like when I was going through the topics, man, that was like one of them. I had to
At
talk.
least they got like look for his IP address and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, make him work a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna
harder.
ping these towers and find where he's at and triangulate his location.
This nigga still making calls and shit. Going to public libraries, getting on their computers.
They'll never find me.
Got on the hat and the hoodie and shit.
I am not a crook.
What's wrong with people, man?
Stupid,
Oh.
man.
What's your comment about it?
North
What you got to
Carolina
say,
not even
Kevin?
that big to be like, if I can't make it out of the state.
It really is.
You can make it out of the state like 3 hours, man.
What's up, Smith? You got something to say about it, man?
Yeah, it was
Just
the
don't
same.
sit there with a goofy
It
look
was
on
the
your
same
face.
thing Green said. I was like, I hope he cut his location out, man. Nobody find him. I mean, they should find him. I mean,
I was about to say, you playing devil's advocate? Maybe he was troubled.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him. Figure out why did you kill the grandfather of all
Most team
people?
got the kid, man.
Yeah,
So most team got the kid, man.
true. All
He
right,
was in
so
the Facebook post too.
yeah, that's the Facebook killer. Trump's immigration topics. What's up with that, Green?
All right, man. So basically, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I've been looking at Trump, and the more and more I'm reading about him, more stuff I'm starting to like. And I understand this is not gonna be, something that people want to hear me say because I'm black and everything, and everybody thinks he's racist.
Yeah.
And he probably is, but I mean, every rich white guy is probably racist. So I mean, but the thing is he's being. The thing that I like about him is the fact that at least he's following up on his fucking word. We've been calling Hillary Clinton a liar, all this good shit and everything. So we have to, if you want to give everybody equal opportunity to prove themselves, you have to give the man his props on the fact that what he said he's going to do, at least he's trying to do. Now, with the topics of immigration, he's not trying to. At first he was crazy with it. I ain't even gonna lie. Like if I was Mexican, I probably would have started like devising plans how to assassinate this motherfucker. But really, all he wants to do is just get rid of people that are basically violent. Like them MS-13 niggas and people of that sort, like gang members and stuff like that. That's like actually making this place a harder place to live. Because all they do is come over, sell drugs and whatnot, and then send the money back to Mexico, So it's like there's no good for anybody in what they're doing. So basically, he just wants to get rid of the bad guys and the people who are here illegally. You just can't get caught. As in, like, the police come and get you, because if the police come and get you, then you're gone.
Right.
So it's a more of a, if you here illegally, then you better be.
You better
doing
play model citizen.
Exactly. You better be doing what you're supposed to. Otherwise, once you get caught, man, it's a wrap for you. You're going back home. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm laughing at him addressing the situation because before his trip to Mexico, the quick trip he's trying to make to Mexico, and I mean, I don't know who told him like that was a smart idea for him to even like go, because like it's like you're asking for like the assassination of the century. Like
That was a boss move, though.
it was a boss move, but at the same time, like at the
This
same,
nigga's not
at
even,
this, hey
he's
bro,
not even the president yet, but
Yeah,
he
but-
went there and was like, hey.
but that's, I mean, but at the same time, like you know,
You heard him talking. Oh, you heard him about I'm about to build this wall, right?
but the deal about it is, but
I wanted you to pay for
but
it.
he's
And
flipped.
he's
But they told him that Mexico said, "I'm not paying for it."
oh yeah, and then he went straight back on Twitter and said,
I think they'll
I
work with us.
understand the conversation that y'all heard about, but he is still Mexico is still gonna pay for 100% of this wall.
It's
we
crazy.
about to go to war in Mexico, bro.
He's but my deal about that is, man, it's like you're trying to stop the traffic of drugs coming through there, and like the drug game is so caught up in the political game, bro. Like it's like you have to stop the corruption within, and to stop the corruption within, it's like it's a due diligent task. You see what I'm saying? So like you talking about you want to build a wall and do all the rest of this crazy stuff. It's just like it is almost like you sound like and then people say compared him like your speech and your dialogue is compared to Adolf Hitler himself. You see what I'm saying? And like and when I say that I'm not when I say compared to Adolf Hitler, you pretty much talk. It's like almost like you almost gonna be on some Clayton Bigsby. You talking about they stink. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Coming with your rant, man. Like you sounding kind of crazy to be a man of the the leader of the new world type deal. You can't be like that. You know what I mean? You moving backwards. So like what you say is you can't talk reckless like that. You know what I mean? You gotta be very tactful about what you say. You know what I mean? You get to build relationship with other to build relationships with other countries and other places. Your personal beliefs or your personal thoughts and ideas on certain things, you have to set that off to the side. You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, man.
But you can't be sitting there and saying like, oh well, we need to build a wall to keep these illegals out. But at the same time, like who's really illegal?
But he's not trying to build. He's not trying to build relationships. That's his whole campaign that he's running on is trying to basically make us independent and make people come back to America, like companies and all that stuff. Make it harder for them to go outside, to go to China and things like that. So they have to be here in America. And
Well, I understand.
So he's not trying to what he's running on. I'm not saying what he's actually going to do in the future, but what he's running on, he's not trying to build relationships with people. He's trying to basically burn the bridges so that if you're here doing business in America, that's the only place where you're doing it at.
Yeah.
Y'all good on that?
Yeah.
So up next we got Brazil's president has been impeached. Dilma Rousseff, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes, sir.
You got that, Green?
Yeah. So basically, she got voted. The Senate voted her out 61 to 20.
61 to 20.
61 to 20. She didn't have a chance.
Yeah. What's that? More than what did it say? It was more than 2/3 vote.
Yeah. She didn't even have a chance, man. So, their economy was booming for a while, but I guess they were they weren't reporting things, and they were just throwing everything under the rug, and then shit hit the fan. And when shit hit the fan, they didn't try to fix it; they just kept covering it up. And she's the figurehead of it, so the other parties basically teamed up and bullied her ass out of there. So.
Yeah. So they was charging her with like budget manipulation and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a little bit on this. So she was charged with budget manipulation. She wants to appeal to Supreme Court of Brazil or whatever, but the court's not going to interfere with her case because they just want to be done with her. And Michel, I don't know, man. His name is Brazilian, so I'm gonna say it in
Michelle.
I'm gonna say it in English. Michael Tamer, her former running mate, is now. Well, he was the interim president until she got impeached. Now he is the president. So it's speculated that supposedly he stabbed her in the back, but he
The game of cards. Game of cards. Like
Yeah.
he
But
stabbed-
I also,
House of
but
House
also,
of Cards, Game of Cards, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but-
all the same.
what people also need to understand too is
Game of House.
by her getting impeached does not gonna affect her not being able to run again. So like that's not gonna affect that. But I don't think anybody's gonna vote for it if you got her impeached her. So I mean, you pretty much I don't know like what would you have to do to like even get that nomination ever again. But it was like if you want to be real, like the economy of Brazil, if nobody was following. At the point when they won the nomination for the Winter Olympics, their economy was on the up and up. You know what I mean? When they won the nomination to get Brazil to come to get the Olympics to come to Brazil. But during that time, like with all this corruption and then like at the same time, it was just poor budgeting on it. You just went downhill. And then like the whole promise of helping these people who live in these favelas and getting these people you were bailing out, like countries like El Salvador, and paying people back, like because the United States was like, oh, that's cool, we got you, we'll get you out of debt, you just owe us. And Brazil was like, we trying to keep you out of South America because you already barbared yourself in Colombia. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pay they debt off and they just owe us, so it keep you out of here. So if you can do that, that means you have the economy to do that. But now, as you see the economy declining, she did a poor job of budgeting that money and going to the right things it's supposed to go to. So hopefully they'll get someone to get in that position to help the economy get better than what it is. Because people understand Brazil has so many resources, natural resources, that it's not even funny why they should even be in a conversation on by being down as like economic wise. So many natural resources like rubber and like cocoa and all kind of other stuff that comes from that place naturally is there, and they and just pretty much getting the money off of it. I don't know, they just need to get somebody who can better budget that situation.
That's all we got.
Oh yeah, I got the Zika thing.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
So,
Well, go ahead.
all right, so the Florida State University research team, so that's composed of Florida State, Johns Hopkins University, and the National Institutes of Health. So they made a breakthrough in a Zika drug. So what's up with that, B?
The breakthrough is really they're using the vaccine for tapeworm, and it's mainly for pregnant women who have who are pregnant, and they pretty much they're using it to like prevent like the symptoms of Zika, like the small head, and it's pretty much the small head, and pretty much what it does is just pretty much protects them from having the small head, even if the mother has Zika. And it's a breakthrough they're using, and it's kind of like they're using that platform to like come with another vaccine for people who have it. So, and it's really like the whole code of trying to stop the virus, but it's only you can't stop something like that. You kind of could try to contain it. You know what I mean? Just like it's just be like AIDS.
Make it easy to live with.
Exactly. And then like and they're trying to come with a vaccine to cure it, but like they're just like the mindset of them coming up with this tapeworm thing is breakthrough for fighting chance for kids to have. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like a slow process, and also we need to heavily fund something like this because their CDC is running out of funds on the Zika virus. So I mean, understand like we have funds on other things like epidemic like AIDS and stuff like that. So I think like AIDS and Zika should be like one of the two like top things that we need to emphasize on trying to get the cures for. You know what I mean? And Matt Johnson needs to start sharing his Chinese secrets with everybody on how he did it or whatever. I'm pretty sure money talks. So I mean,
Yeah.
It was
sure
prayer.
does because
It was prayer. That's what got him.
because he's now giving blood. I know we talked about that last week, but he's giving blood now.
Prayer heals all.
All right, so that's all we got for
He
the
have
U.S. news and politics. So we on the sports now. So number one, the topic that's really been hot the past week or two is Colin Kaepernick sitting down during the national anthem. How do y'all feel about that?
Personally, that's that man's own prerogative. You know, that's what. When I joined the military, that's what I did for myself. But if I had to fight for somebody while I'm over there, you know, I would say this is probably the reason why I will fight, so people could do stupid shit that other people could talk about. You know, as far as people saying that it shouldn't even matter, or the fact that he's on the downside of his career is the reason why he's doing something like that. I feel like that's ignorant. But I don't feel like it's a bad thing that he's doing what he's doing. I actually like it. You know, he hasn't been totally ignorant about the situation, and he has family that's in the military, so it has nothing to do with him not liking the military. It's all about the cops. And until he gets real stupid about it, I'm on this side.
Kevin.
I'm not against what he did. I think he was trying to bring awareness to a situation that's happening, and that was the best way he could think of, I guess, to help out in a situation. That's what everybody wants our role models or athletes to do, is to lead or take a stand for something, and then when they do, everybody want to criticize them and say they were wrong because you didn't agree with the way that they did it or something. But yeah, I'm on his side. I mean, I do think that he probably could do more other than just sitting down for the national anthem. I tell you what, I try to run every time I hear the horn blowing at 5 o'clock, because I don't want to be out there standing around for 3 minutes. But
Don't do that, man. You know what happened to that black chick that took the picture on Instagram?
yeah,
Trying to duck the fucking.
I mean, I was standing out there if I'm out there, but I'm just saying I would rather not.
What happened to her? I didn't see that.
That was a while ago.
It was a while back.
Yeah, I know.
So one chick took a picture. And
Too
put it on
cute to
Instagram.
salute.
Yeah.
What? Nah, that's just stupid.
She was in
That's-
the army
that's
too,
stupid.
so it was, yeah.
How you feel, B? What you got?
I had a discussion when I was in the barbershop, man. You know, barbershop.
where all black people go to.
Barbershop is a good place. Yeah, a good place to talk about politics and what you feel about certain things. And you know, I was talking to, and like you deal about it, just laughing, like when you look at other people and make the comments. And when I say other people, I say white people. I don't know if you just heard, I just made a Kanye segue. Anyway, but you know, it's been funny to see it from different views, and like not being like people like, oh, you don't understand because you're not black, or to say something like that. I'm just saying, like, all right, yeah, like, and like if we take the people who made comments like the Rodney Harrison, you know, that was straight foolish and ignorant on his part. We can go down the list. Like Trump's comment was like your comments about it. Like you're not understanding. Like it's like you cool with the First Amendment, right? But you want to put a chokehold on it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So either it's a freedom of speech or it's a limited freedom of speech. So we need to have an understanding of which one is it. You know what I mean?
Well,
And like
on that, the freedom of speech. So yes, it's a freedom of speech, but then I can criticize the shit out your ass is the other half of that coin.
yeah, it is.
He still has the freedom, but we also everybody's just gonna shit on him in the process. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I still like. I do think that's still been used right. It's just the fact that him being not even for us to not criticize him. You know, I think that would be wrong on our side too. If nobody said,
I'm not saying don't criticize them. You have the right to say what the hell you want to say. But what I'm saying is, like, when you say some ignorant ass shit, like come with like, if you're gonna say something, I'm gonna come with these facts. You know what I mean? This is the reason why I say this. I'm not gonna just come off the top of the head and say some dumb ass thing and like not have anything backing it up. That's just me
Tommy
personally.
Lauren.
You know what I mean? Like yeah, like her, like but her platform is only used off of for only just for it's not news. Her
That's not news at all.
Tommy Lauren, her platform is not news. It's just like me watching Rush Limbaugh or watching Bill O'Reilly or something.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just her getting pissed off and just ranting.
It is a rant. That's all it is. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. As in on that level is all is a rant, and that's how she getting her ratings off the Blaze. So I mean, if that's how you living and that's how you eating, then whatever, man. Hustle how you want to hustle, but at the same time, like, don't think that somebody ain't gonna check you on what you saying. You know what I mean? Because you want to put it on everything else, but what the facts are. You see what I'm saying? And then like you're just contradicting what you're saying. And you're saying like the first thing you said was he's like against the troops, and I have relatives in the army, in the military, and I'm like, did you not? It's like you're not even reading what he said. Yeah. And you're contradicting, like, and what you're saying is not even what he said. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're just talking to hear yourself talk. You know what I mean? So like but in my opinion, it's like the way he's doing it. If he wants to do it that way, he has the right to do however he wants to do it. Now, how I would do it is totally different. I mean, how I would do it is you can use your platform and what you have, but in the way you use it, it's a double-edged sword to it. You speak up for it, but what I'm gonna give you to Janet Jackson. What have you done for this movement lately? So now not only that you spoke up for it, now you got to do it. Actions speak loud. Yeah, actions speak louder than the words. So you got to be active in these communities. You got to be active in what's going on. You can't just talk about like, oh, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do all this stuff, and I'm going to donate the $1 million to any charity who supports my cause. That's fine, but you got to be in these streets. I can't believe you, and like it's almost like a leader. You can't believe a leader unless you see him working with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Your respect level is not gonna go nowhere close to where it should be until you actually perform and actually and do what you're supposed to do as a leader. Use your platform, but you gotta do more than just use it. You actually gotta be in the struggle with everybody else. I'm not saying he hasn't struggled or anything, but I'm just saying like what he brings up are true topics and true statements. But like stuff like Rodney Harrison said, you're not even black. You know what I mean? Like bro, like that ain't even like that's you bringing relevance of like the reverse racism, like like who gives out black cards? You see what I'm saying? Like we giving out black cards, like because he's half of something and half another. Oh well, he's not even black. He don't understand the struggle. And I'm like, okay, so we doing this interracial racism, yeah. Light skin versus dark skin, right? Is that what we doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's bigger than that. See, now you're trapping yourself in your own little dumb box. So it's almost like your speaking card you don't represent me, bro. You know what I mean? With that comment, you know what I mean? So I'm just looking at him like, somebody should just at the network just be telling him, Rodney Harrison, you suspended for two episodes because you're dumb as hell, bro. Mm-hmm. That was dumb and ignorant within itself. Like use your platform to show how ignorant and dumb you are, probably the whole time. But now we know how ignorant and dumb you are. You know what I mean? Right. On what you're saying, it does. The relevance of it. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
So speaking on interracial racism, like I forget what video I watched, but that's something we as a people got to work on. Like the person I was watching, he said this. He said, so when Japanese Americans came, well, the Japanese immigrated here. Japanese Americans built their own communities, own stores, own businesses, and they built each other up as a community. Jewish Americans did the same thing. Why, as a people, black people, we can't do that? We're constantly killing each other.
You gotta take it. You gotta take it back into history. It was a Black Wall Street. It was a Black Wall Street. It was. You did have your own communities. You did have your own economy. You did have your own support of each other. But once again, like we have to play it back to history. How did it stop? It wasn't because like we stopped doing business. Right. It was racism in itself that stopped it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you got to see what stopped it to be able to start that back up.
I was about to say, so basically we just got to get back to it.
You got to get back to it. What's stopping you now? You can't say, oh, the white man is stopping us from doing it. That's what happened then because it was acceptable. It was cool. Oh, okay. these blacks can't have no money, so we got to keep them down. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's almost like who said that? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, well Kanye West said 3 ways to stop black people. You know, one is to take their role models away. Another one is to oppress them, and another one is to like pretty much take their resources. So I mean, if you allow that to happen, that's only because you want it to happen that way. There's nothing stopping you now but yourself. So if you want it to happen, then you make it happen. If you want black-owned businesses and you want all these other things, then you have to be able to be willing to establish it. I think great example is when Killer Mike was doing the black-owned banks.
Oh
You see
yeah.
what I'm saying? When
A bunch of Atlanta-based rappers.
yeah.
went-
So yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, you got to start within, and you got to support it, like fully support it. Don't just support it because you know you're getting paid to support it. Support it because you want to do better for as a people. And like we gotta stop like coming and saying like the white man did this and the white man did that. But what's your excuse now? So I mean, like, what are you doing? You gotta have your own responsibility. You gotta take responsibility for it.
All right, so on to the next topic. What's y'all's college football predictions for week 1?
Well, all right. I'm gonna list all the teams that are playing in week 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna name the teams, and then you give me who you got to win in that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it that way because I did it that way simply because off the top of the head, like nobody was gonna remember that, and I wrote them all down because I went to week 1's, the main primetime games that are playing. So
Iowa State.
Can you read them first, please?
Whoever Iowa State
Can
playing,
he
they
read
gonna
them
win.
first, please?
Making a great run this year. Not a playoff run,
No, they ain't.
but a bowl game. Let's say that. Maybe a bowl game. And they're gonna beat Oklahoma.
I'm about
That's
to
right.
I'm about to tell Medina to mute your mic.
we about to unplug you.
Iowa State.
All right. I'm gonna go. See, this is the reason why we got structures because of you.
All right, there you go. Go ahead, name
It's
them
like
off.
you can hear the gagging sound of him choking on Iowa's fucking dick. Like, all fucking day with this shit.
Name another Iowa State fan.
Don't worry, he'll
You can't.
All right, man. Back to what I was saying, man. The first one I got is Oklahoma versus Houston. Oklahoma's number 3 and Houston's number 13. So who do you have in that game,
I
Brad?
got Oklahoma.
All right. What about you? Oh, we ain't gonna ask a question. You over here like the count down the signing day over here.
That's
Oklahoma's a powerhouse in the Big 12, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where I stand.
Yeah, it's Oklahoma State.
Boomer Sooner.
I said Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Iowa State. It's Oklahoma. Oklahoma's gonna win that game.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man. Me personally, only way I see Oklahoma winning that game simply off of because Mayfield is coming back. He's good. He's like a really, really good quarterback. But Houston, don't sleep on Houston because Houston's a really good team this year. And a lot of people like obviously if they're ranked 15, they got to be good for. They had to be consistently good for something. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think at the end I'd say Oklahoma's gonna win it, but don't let Houston get a leg up on you because I think if Houston gets up on them by at least a touchdown and a field goal, Oklahoma's gonna have a hard time trying to keep them down. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty much Oklahoma's gonna have to like score and play really good defense and shut them out
gonna be a
like
game
2
of
series in a row for them to like I would say be like okay it's legit. You see what I'm saying?
I was gonna say,
But I got Oklahoma though.
Can I change? I want to go Houston.
Okay, you want to be the antagonist,
This is
huh?
going to be the
Nah, I'm
game
just
that's
saying.
ready for Ohio State next week.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm glad y'all stepped y'all schedule up. I'm
Our
proud.
schedule's always been tough.
I'm very proud of y'all.
Our schedule's always been tough. It's the Big Ten who's always been lacking in the schedule.
That is true, but the teams that have
No, I'm talking about
recently-
reason why I said it is because now it's like people like make the valid point of saying like the other teams who get this cakewalks through and like at the end of the year when we talking about like who deserve what position.
Right.
Now if Oklahoma they win all the way through, then there's no doubt that they should be number 1 in the rankings. You know what I mean? Because the toughness of the schedule and they won. You see what I'm saying? That's when I say that. Like, there's no like legit like you can't say that they didn't have a tough schedule or they didn't beat people or have the quality wins they have.
That's what I'm saying. That's never been an issue with the Big 12 as far as not having teams, because we always have at least 3 teams in the top 25.
Yeah.
But the issue is with how the Big 10 always gets away with only getting in conference in the playoffs and in the national championships just with the conference championship. Like Ohio State always gets the benefit of the doubt.
But you have a choice. But you have a choice.
Because everybody thinks that Michigan State or Michigan were good teams when they haven't been.
Well, it proves to you when they go to the national championship also, or when they go in the playoffs.
I mean, good coaching is something different, but I don't want to say that just because you win the most important game doesn't mean you deserve to be there.
But answer this question: can the Big 12 could have a championship series? I mean, have a championship game too.
We do have a championship game this year, but that's the reason why we have the difficulty of the schedule is because we didn't know if we were going to have the championship game this year.
Well, I think that they should have never taken away our championship series.
That's why they did it, and then they said, "Oh, we fucked up," and they brought it back. So
I'm
from your mistakes.
Yeah, I'm glad that they did it because then it won't be somebody won't say, "Oh well, they don't have a championship game." It's like the best of whoever wins, whoever has the best record in the Big 12, and they're gonna pretty much get the nomination. So I mean, either way, I mean, if they didn't have it, it's be the best team in the Big 12, and then you'll win it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, usually it's whoever wins the Big 12.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to
the North has been forever weak in a minute. So, but yeah.
What's the next game?
All right, next game: Alabama versus USC.
Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Alabama too.
I got, of course, Alabama.
Gotta take Bama.
Georgia number 16 versus 20 North Carolina.
I'm really excited to see what this new coach is going to do at Georgia. So
Kirby Smart.
Yeah, so I'm putting my eggs on the basket.
All right, what about you? You got Georgia.
I got Kirby.
Yeah,
What about you?
Georgia.
I got North Carolina.
You got North Carolina.
It does seem like
I'm saying North Carolina simply because they have a quarterback. They have a senior quarterback coming in. The dude has an awesome arm. He still got receivers coming. He still got the receivers he had. Corey he still had. I think he lost like maybe 1 or 2 of the guys, but the guys who stepping up in that position and then those positions are legit guys. So I don't think they're gonna miss a step because North Carolina's passing game was something awesome last year, and he was a good quarterback. So I mean, with him coming back, that's the reason why I have North Carolina beating Georgia because Georgia they have a quarterback confliction. Just said that way because they have one guy who can throw the ball, but he's horrible at the play action, and you got one guy who's good at play action, but his arm is okay. So they struggle through that. They don't, the one they should be starting, the starting now shouldn't be the one who starts. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. You just kind of like that trial and error. I guess he's just pulling off of like what Nick Saban's doing. He did last year. Like we're gonna let him play and see what's gonna go down. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's the only thing I say.
Lost the Ole Miss game. That was the end of that.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was a bad decision, but we all made bad decisions and we learned from it. So they won that championship. So that's all that matters.
I was gonna say you win that.
All right, Clemson versus Auburn. Number 2 Clemson versus Auburn.
Clemson, of course.
What you got?
I think I'm biased though, because Auburn always sucks.
What about you?
I got Clemson now.
What about you?
I'm gonna go against y'all with Auburn, just cause.
Yeah. All right. I thought you had some reasoning behind it.
No.
You think Watson gonna have another Heisman run this year?
Yep.
He will. But no, you know what? I'm gonna save that for the next topic because I'm gonna.
J.T. Barrett could win a Heisman this year.
All right. Anyway, back to the important teams. LSU versus Wisconsin, and they're playing at Lambeau, by the way.
LSU.
At Lambeau, you say?
At Lambeau.
I think this
LSU.
if
Fournette's gonna come back doing the
if
same thing. Wisconsin never had it.
if Wisconsin's O-line can hold up, they got a chance.
So what about you?
LSU.
I'm gonna say it like this: if LSU's quarterback makes the least mistakes, LSU will win. But if he start throwing that ball and making interceptions, they gonna lose the game.
Don't let Haynes hear that, man. That
He
man
know,
actually-
and we just talked about that.
He will defend that quarterback.
No, he
to the
won't.
death.
He won't. Me and him had a conversation. LSU quarterbacks and his quarterbacks have not been up to par. So when LSU has a good quarterback in that system, they do pretty good. They give Alabama a run for their money. When they don't have a quarterback, they one dimensional, run the ball, and they stop Fournette.
Jamarcus
And
Russell.
that's the point about, again, is Fournette has to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you're gonna get a Heisman, any kind of nomination, or anybody take you serious.
He gonna
Because
run-
Alabama's been stopping you every single time that
I
you've
think
been
he's
playing.
gonna. I think he's gonna run. He's gonna have a great game against us this year.
Okay.
They're gonna still lose, but he's gonna have a good game.
Yeah. Texas A&M versus UCLA.
I don't think it should be on your list. I don't like Texas A&M, and I think UCLA is garbage.
Beg to
Who's
differ.
Who's
I
gonna
don't
win?
care who wins this one.
What did
I'm gonna go with A&M, man, because just to pick. a
I'm
team.
going with UCLA.
I'm going with UCLA. Because supposedly UCLA is supposed to be their year this year.
Yeah. I
So.
mean, it's not their year, but at the same.
Nah, I think
I
that
think
if they had any chance of even doing anything, it'd be this year.
Yeah.
Because name somebody else in besides
Gotta be-
Stanford.
Yeah, I was
besides
about to say
Stanford.
you got to be
But
Stanford.
besides Stanford, if they beat Stanford, then they're gonna be good. But they just gotta be consistent with it, and not having these up and down weeks. Notre Dame versus Texas. It's at Texas. In
Notre
Austin.
Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm going with Texas.
Notre Dame has been running through Big 12 teams, man. Even my team, so they may be garbage, but for some reason when they have the Big 12 matchups, they come up and play.
Yeah, even though I don't like Notre Dame, I'm gonna say Notre Dame because Texas, I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit longer to do something with their program right now. So because I don't know, it's just gonna take a while to build that program back up to where he needs it to be, or whatever. I believe if he doesn't do good this year, they're gonna fire him. That's my opinion.
Well, they wanted discipline, and that's why they hired him.
Yep.
And the reason why they haven't been good is because he's been he's serious about discipline, and his best players have been having problems off the field, and having problems off the field. You ain't getting on the field, so he's been sticking by that, and that's what he's been doing as a coach as far as at Texas. So he beat Oklahoma last year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's good that he does instill discipline. And that's what you wanted. So I
it
mean,
really, even though you said if he don't win, as long as he wins that game, he can stay.
yeah,
That's the only game that really matters.
yeah. The next one
Sound
is
like Auburn, man. You don't have to do good. Just beat Alabama.
no, that's not for Auburn. Well, it should be for Auburn if you won a national championship recently in the past 6 years.
They got
so
lucky. They got lucky.
I don't think Cam Newton's lucky. So.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. They got lucky with getting Cam Newton.
Yeah. The last one is Florida State versus Ole Miss, and it's gonna be in Orlando. It's not neutral. I mean, it's a neutral site, but it's in Florida still. So,
I'm going with Florida State.
what about you,
Ole
Smith?
Miss lost a lot of people.
Florida State.
Yeah. Florida State.
I got Ole Miss. The reason why I got Ole Miss is because the quarterback is because Kelly's still there, and regardless of Treadwell left or not, I believe his quarterback abilities can get him through, and their defense is still pretty decent. Even though they lost like 2 or 3 people, but I think their defense is pretty consistent. So, and they've been. I mean, I'm just going off of what they've been going against teams like Alabama and other teams like that. But the only thing about Ole Miss, their problem is being consistent, like stay consistent at all times. You know what I mean? Not just be good against the Alabamas of the world, be good against the Vanderbilts and everybody else too. You got to play. You know what I mean? Don't just show up for Alabama and then don't show up for anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Don't sleep on Vandy, man.
But that's the top games that's going on in week 1. So the next topic is college football playoffs. Who do you got for your top 4? And then who do you got going for and then we'll just keep all going. If If you want to go over the championship this week, we can. But I mean, whatever you want to do.
No, it's just the playoffs.
No, okay.
Anything can happen.
Well, I guess I'll start this one. So I got OU there. Obviously, the reason why I have them there is because that's my favorite team. But they're also always a championship contender, so it's not like I'm reaching. But well, it is a Big 12 team, so we know we usually find a way to fuck it up, get to the game. But I have them. I got Clemson. I have Michigan State, and no, excuse me. I have Michigan and Alabama. Those would be my teams.
You going?
Go ahead.
All right. So, mine was difficult, and I'm sad I have to do this, but I got Alabama, of course, and I got Clemson, because I do think Deshaun Watson's going to have a great season this year. And then I have Michigan. I know, I'm sorry, Smith. I got to do it, though.
It's not
Ohio
gonna
State.
happen.
Ohio State's too young, man. I believe in him. I love JT
It's
Barrett, and I
not
think he
gonna
has a chance, but I don't think Ohio State's going to beat Michigan and Michigan State this season.
They gonna beat them both.
I hope
Watch.
they do.
Well, they gotta beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, they got.
We're not worried about Oklahoma.
Well,
I don't see why not.
Not really worried about
That's gonna be the game
Oklahoma.
that decides whether the year goes well or not.
Nah, that's gonna be the game that we lose in the beginning of the season, but then our rest of our schedule is weak, so we'll fucking still end up in the playoffs for no reason.
Not if we lose to Oklahoma, and they have a good season.
All right, yeah, I'm mad I gotta put them in there, but it's gonna either be Michigan or Michigan State, but I think Michigan got the edge this year. Jim Harbaugh, his recruitment's coming in this year.
You about the hype, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he all about the hype.
I am too.
They don't even have
Nah, I
a
mean,
starting quarterback yet.
No, I mean, if you want to buy it, you buy it. But I mean,
mean-
at the same time, I think he's a good coach. I mean, he shows up. So I mean, I don't think he's gonna put his name on something and like not speak it and. But you understand, you getting recruited. You're trying to get recruiting too. So I mean, at the same time, I think if any time that Michigan will have a time to do something, it's gonna be when
They
he's
just lost the recruit too.
So
This is an extremely young Alabama team. I mean, not Alabama, Ohio State team
Okay.
right now.
So
So
would you-
that's why I'm saying it. I mean, JT Barrett, everybody else, like I think they got 7 freshmen and sophomore starters.
Yeah,
On
they
the
only
on the
got, they
offensive
only got
line.
3 returning.
Yeah, it's an extremely young team. I mean, it's the Big Ten though, so
Yeah,
yeah,
beat
you got a
LSU.
chance.
Yeah, they're still gonna be a 2-loss team next year. They're not gonna be there.
Then my fourth team was Stanford.
mm-hmm.
My fourth team was
We
Stanford.
beat LSU, bro.
You sick.
I believe in that. I believe in that running back. It's gonna be a good season for them. I had Stanford with a question mark because if Florida or Georgia, whichever one of them go make it to the SEC championship, if they didn't have to play against Alabama or somebody, if they were in the West, they would have a chance to. If they were in the West, they probably would have a chance to making it as well to the playoffs. But they got to play like Alabama or LSU. I guess I got to put them in there.
Got
And the SEC championship, they will be in the
What about
in the
you?
playoffs as well.
Same as y'all, except Ohio State for the other team.
So I guess we're gonna do the championship game next week, right? The ones you picked.
What
We're
was
gonna
your
do it
team?
today.
Yeah, you didn't even tell your team.
I'm asking because I was gonna go all the way to.
Yeah,
I was going all the way to the
you can
who's
do
gonna
your, you can
win.
do your championship because I was gonna say because the NFL starts next week. I was gonna do the NFL playoffs.
Okay. Mine is I have the face-offs. This is like top 4. I got Alabama versus OU, and I got Clemson versus Stanford. So, and I think Alabama gets their revenge back on OU.
Why you give me
And,
that look when I was talking about Stanford? Then
No, I didn't give you this stuff because you were over here talking about this running back.
Yeah.
But Stanford is more than just a running back, though.
I mean that's the biggest weapon they got though.
Yeah, I know that, but at the same time, they still name a time that Stanford never had a quarterback that was consistent.
It's Stanford, man.
I'm just saying, like, that's not the only person that's on. Their defense is good too. So I mean, like,
You said don't just point out the running
Yeah,
back.
I mean,
They got a defense, the quarterback.
Yeah, he was a
doesn't
Heisman.
make
He was a Heisman.
They've always been big, but they've never been able to keep up with SEC teams.
And lose to somebody like Washington or something.
I
It just
don't
mess
know.
up the whole season.
That's my top four, and then I got Alabama beating OU, and I got Clemson beating Stanford, and I think I got Clemson winning it all this year.
At least I'm not the only one that went against the team.
The reason why, because Watson he's the damn near like the most consistent dude that I've seen play that actually gave Alabama the business. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he was giving them the business, but Alabama just found a way of winning. So I mean, but at the same time, I think this is his time to do his thing. You know what I mean? I think he'll win the Heisman too. So that's just my opinion. Because I mean, he didn't look weak. He was doing what he wanted to do. Alabama, he run his little 10 yards and get his first down, and he was doing good. So I mean, I got Clemson winning it all. I mean, they're gonna play against Alabama, but Alabama got to bring it all. I don't know what you need to do. You need to bring whatever.
You need to bring both.
You need to bring everybody. If I'm not just saying both, the whole team got to play. So that's my top. What about you?
LSU, and LSU.
All right, that's
This is our year.
No,
that's it for mine.
Definitely not Ohio State's year.
okay.
They way too young.
LSU
They can wait one more year, man. We're gonna be in there next year.
It'll never be LSU.
Why you sick out your head?
Y'all days have gone.
No, you sick.
You talking about when Nick Saban was there?
Yeah. Who out there? Les Miles? He's still there?
He don't count because he won. That
Worry about
was
this.
Nick Saban's players. That
Damn, I believe we got like what, top 3 recruiting class.
you can get top whatever recruiting class, but what you gonna do with it?
Don't say it'll never be our day. We got some players coming for y'all ass.
You just need to
All
get
right.
rid of
Ohio State dude.
you just need to get rid of Les Miles.
Hey, y'all don't worry about LSU. Y'all
Don't worry about Ohio State.
your
That's why
freshman
he's
Ohio
not-
State team.
We're not worried about LSU. That's why.
Exactly.
I ain't got to. We'll see when the season goes.
Yes, we will. Make it to the championship game.
Put y'all money where y'all mouth is.
Make it to the championship game.
What championship? We always make it to the SEC championship
Do?
game. What are you talking about?
Always. Always. Last year.
Besides- yeah,
Last year.
Whatever.
Always though. You can't use always if you don't always do it.
Man, y'all get past Michigan, Ohio, Oklahoma, then Michigan, and Michigan State, and then you come talk to me.
All right.
All right?
All right.
All we got is one team to worry about, Alabama. That's it.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
All right. We'll see.
Positive.
We will see.
It ain't Mississippi State no more.
We will see.
The
All right,
best
so-
conference in the nation.
So while we ain't got a man's on the mic over here putting his input in, ain't part of the show. He just
but he
just-
brought me into it.
no, he brought you into it.
No, you brought me into it when you started talking shit about LSU.
I'm gonna talk shit either way.
So therefore, you shouldn't have said shit, and I wouldn't have came
Hey.
on.
It don't matter. So on with the show. Teddy Bridgewater. Who got him? What's up with
that
Teddy
was- that was you,
Bridgewater?
bro.
Yeah, man. He Teddy Bridgewater's a tragic story, especially for one of our subscribers is Ekholm. He's sad about it. He's really sad about it. Teddy Bridgewater tore his ACL earlier this week, or it was last week.
He dislocated his knee
Yeah,
and
Nah.
torn his
his ACL. Already tore his ACL. He's out for the season.
Mm.
For a promising Vikings team that everybody thought was gonna be good, the Vikings was promising. I thought they defense been pretty good for the past couple years. All they needed was a full quarterback to show up. Remember those days when they had
How long-
Joe Webb as a starting quarterback?
Answer the question. How long has Teddy Bridgewater been on that squad?
I think this will be the third year. Nothing.
They should have
This
won
is
the
his third year.
championship, but Adrian Peterson fumbled the ball 3 times.
Well, my point I'm trying to make is when was Teddy? Was this the come out year Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The first year he didn't really play. Last year he did decent, but he was what was it?
Says the person who was he was pretty hyped, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was real hype. A promising Minnesota Vikings
It
team.
was a promising Minnesota team. Teddy Bridgewater was that dude.
Yeah,
Don't act like he wasn't that dude in
They
Louisville.
also had
All right, man.
They also had Kristen
you,
Ponder
You do
too.
that shit all the time. You can't
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
take a player from his college days and put him in the NFL and think
Kristen
he's gonna
Ponder
do the
was
same
good.
thing.
Kristen Ponder was good.
Nobody thought
He was
Christian
on that
Ponder
team.
was good. Nobody believed in Christian Ponder.
You saw him at Louisville. So the fuck what? What is he doing? in the
I'm
NFL?
saying he was a smart quarterback who didn't turn the ball over, and that's what he did in the NFL. He didn't throw for over 3,000 yards because you got Adrian Peterson that's just gonna run the ball, but he is still that dude that won't turn the ball over and make good passes. And he just picked up a top tier receiver out of the draft, and it was gonna be a breakout year for Minnesota. That's all that I'm saying.
Well, next time say that.
Yeah, you should start off with that.
Whatever, man.
Because
Wait,
me
wait,
having to
come
do
back.
all of what I did just to get you to say that is just ridiculous. Prove your statements.
It's easy to just agree with me.
No, we not
Just go
here to
ahead.
agree. We here to discuss.
Or debate.
Just accept that I'm right
No,
all the time.
you gotta prove you right.
I'm always right.
So you're
That's a world I
you're
can't live in.
so what you got to say about the whole Teddy Bridgewater? Well, who they gonna find to even replace that man?
Tim Tebow.
He's just gonna run the ball.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's gonna
The
have
boy
no
trying out
choice.
for baseball.
All they
His
can do
football
is run
career
the
is
ball.
gone.
I guarantee he made a phone call to Minnesota already.
But they never. Well, they're talking. Well, also, they always come into the conversation with Michael Vick, but I'm.
Michael
So-
Vick. Michael Vick. He's still on the Steelers,
Michael
ain't he?
Vick is a solid quarterback for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
2 weeks that nobody game plan for him.
Matter of fact, I give him 4. The first 2 weeks, he looked like 2004 Michael Vick, and then
He get tired. Got to stay in the pocket.
he get injured, and after that it's a wrap for that man.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't do. I mean, I think Minnesota did good one of the years when they didn't have an actual consistent quarterback and just ran the ball. But AD. So I mean,
Besides that year, he got arrested for beating his child.
Hey, you gotta pay back the money now. So he really.
I'm saying that was the years when they were still going through the quarterbacks. When they went and visited Brett Favre on his farm, trying to get him to come back.
stop it.
That's the Christian Ponder years, man, that you was talking about.
I wasn't. Don't think I'm trying to advocate for Kristen Ponder. I was just saying that you're talking about talking about he was good in college, and I was just said that
I didn't
Kristen
think
Ponder
Christian
was supposed to be good
Ponder-
in college, but
he
he
was-
actually tanked.
I know what quarterbacks are gonna be good. I didn't believe in Christian Ponder. I thought that was a dumb draft pick, especially when I can't make a reference right now because I don't know. But it was a bunch of people still on the board that they could have got.
All right,
All right, so Tony Romo's up next. Tony Romo got injured. So what's up with that?
6 to 10 weeks.
He broke his back.
I guess it's
what happened
5
to his back?
5 to 9
I
now.
broke my back.
Yeah,
Spinal.
I think it was a dirty hit though. Did you see the hit?
I don't think it was.
dirty hit, man. That man
He was sliding.
that man so fragile.
He
I
tried
mean,
to slide.
he was
That
trying to
was
slide.
That was an ugly slide.
He was sliding though. He was going down, and that guy came and like
The man was already in the air.
He's fragile. Dude was fragile, man. He's like, man.
we already knew that. And everybody always talk about
But the
it.
deal about it is, I mean, if he's that fragile, I wouldn't even have him playing in the. I wouldn't even have him playing in the
That's my
preseason.
thing right there.
Don't play him in the preseason if you know he's fragile. He just got off injury. You know what he needs to do? He just needs to sit there and put street clothes on and sit there and BS with Dak Prescott and let them see what they could have maybe in the future, maybe
But,
because
I mean,
Dak Prescott is pretty much the only.
He's
Cause,
still gonna be behind the best offensive line.
yeah, so I mean you can't lose with having him there.
How
He
does
did
keep
pretty
getting
good.
hurt behind the best offensive line in the game.
Because Tony Romo rolls out and he does extra shit to get hurt. So it's not his line, it's him doing extra stuff to get
He
hurt.
says, you could just stay back here.
Yeah,
and
all
everything
day.
will be okay.
And you choose to do what, you trying to make miracles happen. It's the preseason, man.
So heck no, I'm Tony Romo.
Yeah, man.
I rolls out. We'll
The,
say Malik Wright from
From the game.
yeah.
Tony Romo's still one of the better regular season quarterbacks, though.
Yeah, his stats are amazing.
Regardless how people look at him and feel about him choking in the playoffs and whatnot.
wait, we got to understand how many times they actually make the playoffs. So I mean, for him to get there, it's just amazing in itself. You know what I mean? So I mean, for them to get there, it's just amazing in itself. But he just needs to, you know, you would figure like all these, well, they would get some more experience in the playoffs, but you got to actually go to the playoffs first to get the experience. So, but you know, like I said, I mean, I think they're trying to look for another quarterback. I mean, I think you just stay with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Dak Prescott about to take his job.
I agree with them looking for another one.
What?
I mean, for another quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you don't. He's a rookie. You shouldn't put the whole season on his shoulders.
But you only put in a couple weeks though.
Yeah, I mean it's 6 to 10.
Yeah, that's a whole.
That's
season.
you got to make it to at week 8.
At that point, if they're in playoff contention, you wouldn't even put Tony in because
Your chemistry already there.
Exactly. So
You gonna be like the Denver
the
Broncos
season's
last
over.
year.
So Tony's not playing for the rest of this year.
Yeah. So either you ruin a new rookie quarterback, or you go get a quarterback that could just, you know, get like a quarterback that can take you through the season and get you some wins, and until he comes back. I mean, there's quarterbacks that's out there that they can get that's gonna take them to, you know, where they need to be at. So
I
I
saw
mean,
something they talking about getting Josh McCown.
get Josh
And
McCown.
What they got to be? Who's in their conference? The Eagles.
Skins,
Skins.
Giants.
Giants.
Too easy.
So I mean, you're in that conference.
I
You
don't
already
know,
know that.
man.
All they need is a defense to do a little bit better than what the paper says they can do.
Yeah.
If them boys come out
That
there with some heart,
LSU guy show up.
if they come out there with some heart, they'll win that conference.
Talking about
Yep.
Claiborne.
Well,
You got to guard Victor Cruz and ODB.
Victor Cruz ain't shit.
I mean OBJ this year.
Victor Cruz ain't shit.
Hey, Victor Cruz was that dude, bro.
That dude.
that's if Eli stays off the ground.
That was like
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
He been hurt since.
Okay, so what makes you think he'll be healthy this year?
Because he's coming back. He's getting mad.
This
He
man
getting
is
mad
the
at Odell
most
Beckham.
optimistic fan I've ever met in my
He
life.
got hey.
And that's how he plays fantasy football too.
I picked up Victor Cruz, man. Victor Cruz about
See.
to be watch that man about to.
Watch.
All right,
Victor Cruz
we're gonna be
is-
talking about this. We're gonna be
It's to a
talking
point
about
where I
this
forgot he was on the team until I seen him. I was like, dang,
because
he's still playing?
hurt. He been hurt.
I see he's still playing.
I
I'm
said
like,
he
dang.
mad Odell Beckham taking all his hype and stuff. So
Well,
he
Odell
had to come
Beckham's actually playing and actually doing
back. That's what I'm
something.
saying. He's taking all his hype now, so
You know,
he
taking
got to
on
come
hype.
back.
You need help. Eli Manning needs all the help he can get. So I mean,
Now he's got
Odell
receivers
might
to
be
throw
gay,
it
but
to.
He's got more dance moves than the sauce.
yeah, it's true.
My man's coming up out the hot tub.
He said, "You just can't believe this.
Sexual
you just
healing.
can't defend this dude."
You can't. It's impossible. Every time you want to say something, he does something. You be like, "Damn, my nigga." I'm telling you, he's that dude that you was all playing with, like when you was a kid. Everybody was playing football and shit.
Yeah,
And
he was over there with the girls doing hopscotch. Yep.
But he finally picked up a football and fucking he could play. It's just okay, yo. Why did nigga come out the water?
He said it came out the water like he was about to say, "Wake up, wake up."
I'm just so baffled about that whole thing, man. That's just like not even like, oh, we got to question that. There's no question behind
They
that,
said
man.
if there was some chicks there, it'd been cool.
Whatever, man.
It's
If
a-
that man,
it's
if
all-
that, hey,
it's
you know what,
cool.
man? That man gay. Let that man be gay, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's not
So.
a big deal.
Nah, man, it's just the fact that just like you don't deny. Like if that's you, then just embrace yourself. You know what I mean? That's what you do. Is you do, man. You know, whatever. You make your money. You still, as long as you play football, that's all people
You
care.
still fucking bitches too, so it's like.
Hey, whatever he
You
does.
just like, if you like dudes, you still gay. That's how I look at it. If you like dudes, you're still gay.
It's-
No matter
that's-
how you want to.
yeah.
You might fuck the baddest bitches in the world, but you fuck the guy, you gay.
Yeah, it's still true. There's no buy.
That's just how I feel about it.
Mm.
There ain't no double standard when it come to that.
Nah.
All right, so the next topic we got is Big Ben, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, suspended for 6 games. As Roger Goodell changed it to 4 games because prosecutors decided not to charge him in the case involving a 20-year-old girl who allegedly said he sexually assaulted her.
This
in
man
her
about
Georgia
30. He should be
household.
married by now.
Same bitch. It's just different.
It's a
It's
different
a
one.
different one.
Yeah, it's a
You
different
know
one.
what they said. That
Another
multiple
this time.
people saying the same shit about you.
Yeah, it's
Some-
gotta
some
be
gotta
true.
be true.
Yeah.
So,
And
it's
I
a-
don't know
the
what-
first one
as
would be
far
like,
as
it's
the-
allegations and it's lies. You get the same thing. It was like, damn, man, I can't stand up for you no more, bro. Like, you're making me look bad, bro. Like, I ain't got, I don't know what to say, man. I mean,
said this time it was at an Applebee's. It's not.
She must have been one.
you figured after he happened, all these other allegations happened to him.
He didn't give that bitch one of them biscuits.
You figure after all this happened, right? That then he got married. And he'd be like, oh, he's trying to, do his image, rebuild his image up. And he's, playing pretty decent last year and a couple of years. Well, it's been 2 years since that allegation. And been playing pretty decent, consistent, somewhat or whatever. And then now you come out of nowhere. You didn't try to re-image. You try to redo your image, your PR, for 2 years, and you were doing good because supposedly the Steelers is supposed to be pretty decent this year. Supposed to be decent this year. And then now you go around and you get this bad publicity, which your team does not need. And now you set yourself 2 years back. Now nobody don't believe you now. Now you just like, you should be a registered sex offender now. Or, or it should get to that point where you just keep doing this stuff like, bro, like, I can't vouch for you no more, man. Like, if somebody asks me a opinion about it, dang, it's like, how'd your kids had your wife, man? I don't know what to say, bro. Like, I really don't, man. Like, I really don't. I mean, if you've been caught, like, if you've been in that situation already, don't put yourself in that position to look like that. You know what I mean?
I've been saying it for years, guys.
So, I don't know.
He
Yeah.
told the bitch to pick from the 2 for 20, and she didn't want to. She wanted the 2 for 25.
You got $5?
His first game back would be against Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
About to whoop that.
Hey man.
If y'all let Cleveland beat you, man,
Hey,
Hey,
that
man.
man
you
going.
gotta go Cleveland credit, man. If the game is close, they got a chance. They've been like that for the last 6 years. If the game is close, Cleveland's got a chance.
Even with RG3.
Hey, hold up now. RG3 is
It
that
doesn't
dude.
matter, man. That's just how they.
Is he that dude?
He's that dude.
If
Prove
they
it.
have a chance and their defense can keep them in the game, they got a chance, man.
I just say if their defense
That's
keeps
what
them
I
in the
like-
game,
that's
that's
the
they have
only
a
thing I
chance.
like about the Browns.
I will repeat
They
what
still
I've been
garbage.
saying
Yeah,
for weeks now. We got a black coach, black quarterback, and the receivers.
Didn't you have
are-
Romeo
receivers
Cornell,
are
too?
smoking
That's
weed.
what-
Romeo
that's my
Cornell
argument.
took us to a 10-6 season, and we missed the playoffs because a force out wasn't called when they pushed Kellen Winslow out of bounds
Just like
on
the
the
Bengals.
touchdown.
Just like we're gonna say the Bengals should have beat the Steelers in the playoffs because of that dude him and Pac-Man made 2 foul plays that cost you the game.
Hey, I don't know what happened with that. I'm just a Browns fan.
I don't know. So I mean,
That's all I had on Big Ben. On the basketball, if y'all
Been
ain't got
saying it
nothing
for
else
years.
in the NFL or college football.
Been saying it for years.
So NBA,
Iowa State though. Before we get off the Iowa State, that's all I wanted to say.
You said Iowa?
Iowa State, an elite team,
Cyclones?
and
no one cares about Iowa State.
let's show some respect.
Maybe Sorry Thompson.
All right, but so what's up with this Westbrook being the next Kobe? I know we talked about last week. We talked about the potential Kyrie Irving has to become a Kobe type player. So what's up with Westbrook?
Will be the greatest player ever.
That's all you got to say about that. That's it.
They get him some more help over there
I don't know.
because I think he can average a triple double. Honestly,
Yeah,
that'd be the
most definitely. He's gonna be a monster, man. A monster.
I don't want to use my phrase damn near.
That's his size. Is gonna guard him. Nobody except for Patrick Beverly can probably.
Because Patrick Beverly is a physical type
That's what I'm saying.
defender.
Just because he'll take you out the damn
Yeah,
game.
like
Take you out
clothesline
for the
your ass.
season.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna get.
If it's effective, it's
Yeah,
effective,
exactly.
You know.
Hey man, it's what he plays that Bruce Bowen type defense. I'm not really caring about if you get hurt or not. If my whole job and agenda is to take you out the game.
I just can't let you score.
Exactly.
So don't know I can make sure you don't score. If you're not
I'm trying to make the roster next year, so I don't care what you said. You taking money out my kid's mouth. So I don't know. Me personally, which is yeah, man. I mean, my opinion about it is, I think Westbrook is probably the next person who could get up over the slump. He just gotta have if he has a better supporting cast with him. I mean, he got Oladipo, but they're gonna have to get somebody to replace Kevin Durant, man.
And Serge.
You just gotta get somebody to replace Kevin Durant. You
defensive anchor.
Steven Adams already plays.
Steve, yeah. We not talking. You already got cancer, so we good with that. You don't really need Serge.
That's 12 points, 10 rebounds.
Yes, that's all you need. You just need another score. What you talking about? Cantor can't play defense?
Serge wasn't playing defense the last 2 years.
No, he's been trying to get that 3-point shot. He trying to shoot
He's
threes.
trying to develop him in this game. That's what y'all wanted
What
him to
about?
do.
Who we talking about?
Talking
Serge
about
Ibaka.
OKC.
Developing a game and forgetting about playing one side of the ball is two different things.
He said,
You can develop your game before.
He said, I'm getting better at what y'all told me to do.
Yeah, but forgetting to play defense is something totally different. And plus, it's Westbrook's team. Westbrook didn't even like them playing on the game.
Nope, sure didn't.
So it doesn't even matter now. It's
The deal's been done. He's in Orlando playing with Orlando. This is done. So their team is set. When they get another scorer, they'll be straight. But
Yeah.
even with Westbrook, I mean, how many double doubles is this man gonna give you anyway?
who Westbrook?
Yeah, triple double. Excuse me.
Triple double?
yeah.
What he had like 11 nights?
Yeah.
11 or 12 nights?
Yeah,
Probably like 20.
yeah. with somebody out the way. So I think
But a
Westbrook.
double that's every game.
Yeah. So I mean,
That's every game, even if he got 7 turnovers with it.
If they make the playoffs, MVP season for Westbrook.
they're gonna make the playoffs, man. Now, who's gonna kick them out of being make the playoffs?
What do you mean? Like what team?
You
in
said,
the
oh,
West-
if they
what
made
other
the
team in
playoffs.
the West can make the playoffs besides them?
Yeah.
Maybe DeMarcus Cousins matures. Maybe got them. New Orleans get back into the playoff mix.
Well, I don't think Houston's going to make it back.
No, they're not.
So, there'll still be room for them anyways. It's going to be real close this year in the West.
That's every year.
No, it's not. The last two
I mean,
spots.
yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
last two
That-
spots is close. But besides that, it's not. You have Spurs is either Spurs, Thunder, and the Clippers and the Warriors traded spots.
If the Clippers even become relevant anymore.
Well, it's Chris Paul, man. He sucks.
Yeah, he does. Been saying that.
When you need him the most, man.
Yep.
He's not.
But everybody want to blame like it's Blake Griffin's fault. Blake Griffin plays. He actually tried to somewhat improve his shot, so you can't say it's him.
Even be making free throws now.
Yeah, he making free throws, even though he smacks his friends. Can't be a friend with him. So I mean, my opinion is, I think he can be the next. He can be the next best thing to them. But the only thing to do that is just they're gonna have this. Once they get the continuity to them, they'll be okay. So, is that all for sports?
Yeah, that's all I got for sports. So on the music, we got Young Thug's album dropped, DJ Khaled's album,
What?
and the VMA Music Awards. So
Did you watch the VMAs?
Young Thug's album. Any thoughts on it? Because I haven't listened to it.
I like Harambe. Oh, I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to the album.
I was very disappointed with a lot of the songs. First off, I'm not a Young Thug fan. Well, what's his name? Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
I'm not a Jeffrey fan. never have been. Is I just can't do his voice. It's like Lil Boosie. I understand he might have been great, but the voice I can't get past
I'm
the
the
voice, so I
same way.
can't listen to the music. So it's just my opinion. I'm not saying his music is garbage. I just can't get past the voice. So, but as far as that goes, I like the Riri and I think that was about it. There was another song I like, but I'm trying to remember the name of the singer or whatever.
Well, Travis Scott.
No, I like the. One second. Y'all can talk and I'll tell y'all when I remember the
It's a Harambe.
I listen to it. I like Riri. I like Harambe. Trying to think. The White Cliff one was okay.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, the White Cliff one was okay.
The one named by Wyclef or the one that Wyclef
No,
was on?
that was
No.
a Kanye West song, and that shit
Yeah.
was fucking garbage.
Yeah, that was.
I was like,
not,
this is
no.
what oh fuck no, man. You gotta do him. You gonna put his name on us?
Yeah, man.
You gotta do better than
Yeah, man. My opinion is, I'm gonna first of all say this to you, Green. You need to put some respect behind down Boosie's name because Little Boosie is way better than Jeffrey.
I just said I
Never
can't.
put them niggas in the
I
same
said I can't get past his voice, man.
But Boosie's voice.
I've heard people who say that he's like the y'all version, the South version of Tupac or whatever.
Who?
I've heard people say that shit.
Who you talking about?
Boosie. Because that's who we talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
just saying I can't get past his voice.
I mean, me personally, the voice is one thing, but the lyrics off Boosie, man, it just kind of like they more or less go hard, and they more or less go hard for me as I'm listening to his lyrics or whatever. He has more lyrical contents than Young Thug will ever have in his whole career. That's number one, and then I think Boosie, his voice is just, I think his voice is kind of like more like that's his sound. So I don't think anybody needs to that's his niche. You see what I'm saying? And that's just his voice. I don't know. That's just me personally, but I don't know. The Harambe and Riri and the White Cliff was like the only one. The album cover kind of killed it out for me. Not knowing want to even listen to the album, and I was like, this dude's wearing a dress looks like the chick off Color Purple.
Well, I don't even care about the fact that he's wearing a dress, man. I just care about the quality of the music. But
I'm gonna listen to it today.
like I said, man, I just can't get past the man's voice, so I can't do the music.
The track we did, Pick Up the Phone, was a good track. I'm just saying it just only because Travis Scott was on it. And like it seemed like whatever track Travis Scott's on with him, he actually has some kind of lyrical context with it. And I think that's like, man, I feel like that's a requirement that Travis Scott will not get on a track with you if you sound like trash. Like completely so.
Did they say anything about when his album dropping?
Who?
Travis Scott. It was supposed to come out. It did? When? When?
I guess today. Talking about Birds in the Trap sing McKnight.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out that same day they said Frank Ocean was going to come out.
Talking about this one.
Elijah. Come here.
Is it a mixtape?
Album.
Yeah, I don't even have it on Spotify. It's not on Spotify. I gotta go see about it.
It's on iTunes? I ain't heard it yet.
I ain't getting iTunes, I tell you what. Alright, what's next? The DJ Khaled album?
DJ's Khaled album. What is it called? I Got the Keys, or was that just one of the songs?
Yeah, I Got the Keys is the
The name of the song is I Got the Keys. Major Keys is the name of his album. You listen to Major Keys? You listen to Major Keys?
No, but I heard the main songs that he's put out as a singles, and I haven't liked any of those. So
Me personally, I think he did better. This is one of the best DJ Khaled albums that came out collectively or whatever. Me personally, I think Nas' album on there was hot. I think J. Cole's was pretty dope. the rest of them, the other ones with the combination of Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. I forgot the name of the song. It was pretty dope.
That's all I'm waiting for is Nas' album.
Yeah, Nas album. Yeah, when Nas album drop, bro, I'm copping that on the ASAP because he came with some lyrical contents on this DJ Khaled album. So I'm like, and I've been listening to some Illmatic, Stillmatic, and I've been listening to pretty much all Nas the past week. So I mean, I missed the lyrical contents of hip hop. So
I did give that The Shining a listen. I didn't finish it yet, but I listened to like the first 3 or 4 songs and I liked it. It was cool.
Or Jay Dilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of smooth.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, MF Doom and Jay Dilla, you need to try it out.
And the VMA Awards, MTV's Video Music Awards. The only thing I saw, I didn't watch the VMAs, but I saw like updates and stuff on Facebook, and I saw that Beyonce went to the VMAs with the mothers of the kids who've been shot by police.
She went with everybody. She brought the whole Lemonade video crew. She brought everybody.
Bro, all right, man. You know, if we start with the best and going all the way to the worst performances, that's not like what we're doing right now. Because Beyonce pretty much took over the VMAs. I don't know nobody else. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. MTV has repeated it 3 times already, and even they even broke it down into BuzzFeed. I mean, into music feed on the VMAs. If you haven't watched it, it's like you watch. It's like pretty much she brought the same atmosphere and whatever that she brings in her concerts, and it was pretty much a well done, put together performance. You can't compare it to anybody else's. I don't care. It might have been Rihanna getting the whole Michael Jackson Vanguard Video Award or whatever. I even say you can't even give that out free loosely like that because
I didn't even know her videos was that good to even be on that level.
that's exactly what I'm just saying. I'm getting with that. Don't give this award out like Michael Jackson's albums. I mean, and his music videos are like movies.
Yeah.
If you ain't seen Thriller, if you haven't seen, if you haven't Remember the Time, Smooth Criminal, like we can keep going down the list. If you're not bringing any contents like that, like making me want to, like, Michael Jackson got a new song out, man. We got a music video. We gotta watch this. You know what I mean?
How many videos? I'm sorry, but how many videos do you really remember that Rihanna was like really dope in? Besides, like, I think the only like Run This Town was a really nice video.
Yeah.
But like Umbrella Sucked. That was one of her hit songs. That video was garbage.
I like We Found Love.
The only reason why I like that one song with Drake is because the titties, you can see the nipples through the shirt. So I mean, it's like, how did she even get that? She been fucking that many people this year? That's the only way. She been going to town, yo.
Me personally, man, I said when they said they were giving it to her, and my wife told me, I'm like this. For what?
For what?
Beyonce, yeah. Her videos, yeah. Hers, no. If we talk about music you have to get it because you have to be consistent over 10 years. Well, some of them 10 years is was not all the smooth transition. You can't. So you telling me all your albums did get better and better and better?
They did, man. Her last album was dope.
Yeah, but at the same time, like we talking about Vanguard Video. We ain't talking about people lost track of. We talking about music videos, VMAs. What's VMA stand for? Video Music Award.
Video music.
We ain't talking about we ain't talking about the Grammys or anything like that. You want to say that, then okay, you can say that, but don't be giving Vanguards out to people and have Michael Jackson's name on it like that, and don't be giving it out like that loosely like that because, unless you got somebody else who's performing like that, you know what I mean. I'm not really buying that or whatever. But Beyonce's performance was the best one out of all of them. it was well worth sitting there watching every single moment of watching it or whatever.
And that was another thing. They had Rihanna performing like various songs that's been hits for her, and she wasn't even singing. She had it over the voiceover shit, and then every once in a while she'd say some words, and then turn the mic on, she would say some shit, and she was supposed to be dancing, but she wasn't even dancing that well, and she wasn't. And most of the time she was walking with people, and she just looked exhausted. She's been doing on a concert. Just like Beyonce's been doing all these concerts and all this stuff, she should be at tip top shape in order to perform a minute and a half of a fucking song. You know what I mean? And she's fucking exhausted. Can't even say the words. Can't dance and say the words at the same time.
But
like fuck the shit out of her before her performance.
No, I ain't, bro. I'm gonna say
if you're gonna get a award for videos that you have made that aren't even artistic, they're just based on you just being in the middle of the damn screen singing a damn song. You could at least be a fucking entertainer, and that she hasn't been. Beyonce's a fucking entertainer.
Yeah, because we can't compare Beyonce
Michael
to.
Jackson was a fucking entertainer.
Yeah, but see those.
Usher is a fucking entertainer.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers, like what was her name? The fucking short chick that used to be on Nickelodeon that also got to sing at the VMAs with Mac Miller's girl.
Ariana.
Yeah, Ariana Grande. She was fucking tired of her song, and that bitch was just riding on a bicycle.
All right, so performance-wise, we already gave Beyonce an A++.
Yeah.
Which
else failed
which
except for Future.
No.
Well, that wasn't
a video. That was a performance. You talking about?
So it was a performance.
I don't know, man.
Amazing,
I gave
amazing
Rihanna's performance a C- simply because I was sitting there watching it, and you were just saying like the main part. Oh na na, what's my name?
But the Jonas.
Nick Jonas and Ty Dolla $ign was a good one. That was really good. I gave that one a B+ because Ty Dolla $ign was in it, but he was really good because he was consistently, he was in tune with everybody. He was interacting with everybody.
They made like a little video.
Yeah,
just like improv.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Let me see. Another one was Britney Spears.
She was garbage.
That was horrible. That was so bad. Yeah, bro. It was bad, and it was bad. I feel like G-Eazy should have not even performed with her. It's like you're bringing my credit down with yours, and G-Eazy is actually a decent artist. You know what I mean? He actually has pretty good, decent music, and like you just brought Britney Spears with you, and then now it's like, now you got to do something to
All her dance moves look like she got them off one of them like Xbox or Wii dance games.
We Fit.
Yeah, like dance revolution.
Yeah. Zumba.
That's how all her dance moves look, and like she was on one, like she would try to make things pop, but like all her background dancers was just swagging everything out, but she was trying to make things all point. I was like, y'all not even on the same page. Y'all should practice a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then to add on to that, I seen her perform on
Vegas.
Kelly. Oh no, she was like on Kelly's, like you know how Regis and Kelly, but it was Mike and then Kelly, but now it's just Kelly, and she was performing the same songs, and they's just garbage. She's just garbage. So.
Yeah, I think that was.
Line and dig her down again, I think.
Nah, they even said her Vegas performance was horrible too. So I mean, I don't know, man. She's not what she used to be. So, I mean, she's just pretty much working just to keep a check. So I mean, I don't know. Future. I mean, I've seen Futures. It was decent.
Yeah,
I mean, it was. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's the different. I don't know. It's like the art of performing is what makes you really get into like really paying attention to or being enthused or being excited to watch someone. You know what I mean? When you like the Beyonces and like when you see Beyonce perform or when you see like even Drake when he does and even his concerts when he does concerts he's actually active in his concerts. You see what I'm saying? And not like, I'm out of breath or I feel like I'm out of shape to even perform these songs correctly. Because if I want to hear some voiceover, I can just listen to the album and be done with it. So the performance is like one of the things that's a lost art that people are like negating on.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
You watched it?
No,
No.
I ain't watching.
Oh man.
I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, we ain't got cable around here, man.
man,
It's
they do.
extra $40 a month.
Y'all got the internet.
You got the itch at the webs. Oh
I
yeah.
use my PlayStation. That's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah. Exactly. You got Xbox. Could have watched it if you wanted to.
Can he afford to watch it?
Wow.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Nah, man. I want to make this statement. I was talking to someone yesterday about this, and I gotta kind of like, how you want to say, I gotta kind of address the situation. The situation I want to address is like we could sit there and we could talk about somebody and criticize somebody about their issues and their problems in their life. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna address the situation because I've had a conversation and I'm talking to this person, and we're talking about Roger. We had the episode when he came on, and he was in the worst shape, in the worst place. You see what I'm saying? But it was funny at the time. You know what I mean? Because I explained it to him like you are on live. You see what I'm saying? This ain't no play. This is for real. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we have to understand the person's problem and what they have. Because, people could talk about somebody, but, if the man had an issue and a problem, I'm glad he's going to get it fixed. You see what I'm saying? So instead of, like, people being, like, negative or being like that, the man's he got help. He getting help. You know what I mean? So, like, at the up and up, only thing he can do is just help himself in that scenario as much as he can. So, I mean, I'm glad he's going to get help, but I had to just talk about this subject because, he came on the show, and I did tell him that he was on the show, and we are live, and we're not joking around and playing. You know what I mean? And I just, make sure that I wasn't trying to exploit nobody. Nobody's not trying to exploit anybody. Nobody's trying to badmouth anybody or anything. Like I said, if I say something, I can say it to your face. You know what I mean? I don't, do this hidden in the window with some kind of inside joke about you. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's clearly like, it's clearly out of love, and you got the help that you can get. So I mean, I'm glad that you're doing what you need to do to get you where you need to be at. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can have your own discussions about it. Because people don't understand, like, people who have problems like alcoholism is a real thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about you trying to go and get the help that you need to get. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make that last little statement about that.
Also, I wanted to bring up a couple things. I feel this would be, and on the music topic, y'all see what's going on with Chris Brown, man? I watched like 3 videos about it
Damn,
today.
how we just skipped over to Chris
Yeah,
Brown?
I
Like,
forgot all about Chris Brown.
dang.
So what you got, man?
He caught a break this time, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all I'm happy about. He caught a break this time, man.
Oh, like, dang, man. Like, this dude's been quiet and then kept it on the down low.
He
And
got
ain't been
full
quiet.
custody
He
of his
been beating
daughter.
motherfuckers up, but I'm still saying.
oh, I'm
at
talking
least he
about
caught
being
a
quiet, like, as in, like, he ain't causing as much trouble as he's been causing, like, in the past.
break. I mean, he's still crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ray
yeah.
J there and everything.
Like, that's gonna make it better.
But yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, Chris Brown was accused of pulling out a gun on a female at a party at his house, I guess, and she called the police and everything.
No, the bitch called
Yeah, that's what I said. They said she called TMZ before she called the police,
That's how you
and
know- that's how
apparently
you
it
know
was a
it's fake.
setup
That's how
because
you
she
know
sent
it's
out
fake.
text messages saying that she was gonna set him up.
That's so.
Yeah, at least he caught a break, man.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. They're already.
But as soon as I read, I wasn't even surprised. I was like, man, well, Marcus Vick, man.
He said
Just
Marcus Vick.
Just can't do right.
That dude had a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the problem. You just had to follow.
Virginia boys.
You had to follow behind your brother, so you already was living in the shadows of him anyway.
He was better though. I feel like he was better than Michael Vick. I feel like he could have been better than Michael Vick.
No, do you think Marcus Vick was better than Michael Vick
He could have been better than Michael Vick. Yeah,
in college? We're just going off something we can compare college because that's all as far as he went.
He was on the Dolphins at one point. He was a kick returner.
It's like me saying I was on the practice team.
He was a kick returner. He had a better arm. Maybe not arm strength, but
He had better accuracy.
Yeah.
You wanna say it that way. Yes, he did have better accuracy than his brother.
You gotta think about it, he should be better, man. Like you gotta think how many doors are now open now that your brother, because his brother was the man
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
you know his problem was he decided to go to Virginia. He needed to go somewhere else. He needed to leave home or something. He would have been cool.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, sometimes you can't, just because you go somewhere don't mean you change. You
Yep.
just find the exact same people that you was with.
Yep.
And another thing we've been missing for the last couple weeks was the fact that Terrell Owens got snuffed from the Hall of Fame. He wasn't a Hall of Fame selection this year.
And he's not going to be a Hall
He
of Fame
should
selection.
have been though. They say he got snuffed. His stats proved that he should be in there. He got snuffed because of his off the field antics, being a.
But I'm gonna say it just like he said it. Have you ever seen me in the news get in trouble for anything? Have I ever got arrested for something? Have I ever did any kind of substance to get suspended for something? No, I did not. So it's not like he got in trouble. Like, he was
It's
over here
his
causing
attitude.
mischief. He just had a bad attitude. And he wasn't the only player. Think about it. He wasn't the only player. It was like this past, not this one, but the last one, the dude from the Steelers, what's his name? Was it Green or not Green? It was a player from the Steelers. I forgot his name. Who just got it last year, and he been playing since the when what's your boy, the quarterback that be on commercials all the time? Can't think his name.
Cordell Stewart.
Bradshaw. He was playing during the Bradshaw era. So and
Damn.
he just got nominated because he said he had a bad attitude. He was a horrible person to be around, and he had a bad attitude. That's what they're saying about him, and that he feels that that's the reason why he didn't get inducted into the Hall of Fame. It took him that long to get inducted. You know what I mean? It took people who were in the committees who were young enough to be like, you know what, we should look past this. Why are we still charging this man to get something that he performed and he played. He just had a bad attitude. You know what I mean? But then I think that's gonna be the same as for Terrell Owens. I mean, he got the stats, he got the numbers. You know what I mean? Because was it Marvin Harris on there?
Did you?
Yeah.
I think so. I think Marvin Harris.
And Marvin Harris didn't even have nowhat close to the numbers that TL had.
He had Manning though. It's like
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while before he gets it.
it's just a shame.
It is, but I mean, it's gonna be a while.
You got anything else, man?
Nah, that's all I wanted to bring up. 'Cause
You-
we've been
you got-
skipping over it the last couple
You
weeks.
got
Wanted to
anything
make
good?
sure.
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm ready to go.
Hayes, you got anything? You over there chilling? You looking something up or you good? All right, so
Oh yeah, it's new Childish Gambino music coming out.
Oh,
Be on the lookout for
You
that.
watch the show Atlanta?
Oh
Wanna
yeah.
advertise that
Oh
too?
yeah. 5
Shut
days.
the
Atlanta
fuck
comes
up.
out in 5 days.
Well, you got anything else you needed to put out?
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh, y'all check out Kent Jones.
Yeah, apparently the Get Down is the new thing, so everybody go out and watch the
that's
Get
on
Down.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Anything about to get down.
I was just
Said
I'm saying you said something about it last week to me, and then Sergeant Wilk told me about it earlier this week, and I was like,
Sean Wook?
yeah, he said it's a great. He said it's a great show. That's why I was like, I gotta watch this now. Haynes told me, then Sergeant Wilk, two people I'd never seen talk to each other. So
Actually, I talked to her a lot.
that's how I'd never seen you guys talking to each other.
So you done? Are you
Yeah,
done?
I'm finished and I'm done.
You said
What? What's up? You always?
Yeah, you right. He said Sean Wook.
no. I mean, I don't say I don't believe that, but I said, what was the other show you were saying?
Oh, it was the Get Down.
That was it.
Oh yeah,
What was Ken? What were you talking about? Ken Jones.
That's
From
what
the album?
that's
that was him.
Yeah, that was
He's
him.
a rapper.
Yeah, I know who Ken Jones.
Yeah, he's a new.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's on We
Stranger
the Best.
Things.
He's on We the
Stranger
Best.
Things, guys.
He's on DJ Khaled's.
And
Yeah.
That Don't Play Yourself.
Season
Don't
2
Make
coming
It
out.
Song.
Yeah. That was him. Yeah.
That's next year, man.
He snapped on that.
Yeah,
Check him out.
but check out season
I
1
thought
if you
Rich
haven't
Kid was a good
already.
album. Collectively.
I'm trying to get my endorsements up, man. Altoids, Dasani Water.
Well, don't give him fucking free advertisement, you
man.
son of a bitch.
I want to. Shit, you don't even got to pay me for it. Dasani water. Just give me free water.
No, man. I want.
This man.
We need money.
I want
You see
water.
where we at, man?
Drink
you
more
see where
water,
we at?
or you might die.
We in the dungeon trap house. With everybody else, we in the trap house
I
right
want to
now.
have my own damn
This is
studio.
Medina's
to
room,
be
not
able to
Hey.
Medina's
do this.
fucking studio.
It's all good, man. We go upgrade, and when I move on post, man, we can have it at my house.
All right, that sounds good to me. But
Yeah,
all right,
man.
y'all.
I'm actually invited this time.
That's all we got for the HeartBreak City podcast this week. I'm gonna just talk over Kevin Smith, you know. AKA,
Hey, Carl Winslow.
there you go. But yo, I'm the curator.
Black hole.
The B squared.
Car-
Green, but I'll see y'all later.
Carl Winslow.
Man, forget Carl Winslow. That's all we got for this week.
I'm back for my glory, yeah. Hear these guys talk big, but I'm more prepared. On my redemption road, I rip my foes. When I trip and flip modes, you can't slip my blows. I wanna come back and took out all the enhancements. Stand with the glow, I'm the champ that the fans did. Hard, rugged, star-studded, and mighty, and leaving you all bloody and making your face up. Jab, hook, uppercut, for my blow and the impacts up your gut. You wanna try to beat the champ, you ain't tough enough. Stick and move through your best, then I counter punch. Man, I make the precision, ain't hitting for your brain. Cause I train with the wisdom, gain vision through the pain. I will bang through the system, stay vicious in the game. And I'm back forever, you can't stop my reign. When I break through, I shake fools with great moves and train to stay loose. My power stays brute. Hit me if you want my chin, it's like granite. Keep throwing your best out, but I'm still left standing. I'm back for my glory, yeah. Hear these guys talk big, but I'm more prepared. On my redemption road, I rip my foes. When I trip and flip modes, you can't slip my blows. I wanna come back and took out all the enhancements. Stand with the glow, I'm the champ that the fans did. Hard, rugged, star-studded, and mighty, and leaving you all bloody and making your face ugly. So I can power through you with no risk, leaving your soul twisted up in my closed fist. Take notice, I'm saying it's the coldest, baddest erratic fighter you can face on the foes list. The knockout king to all my opponents. I'm taking every moment to win, baby, I own it. Yeah, I stop the zoning with flurries and combinations, hitting you with hate makers. My skills are way greater. Jump, jump, jump. I'm back.
Peace out, y'all.